The 1920s art, literature, and music. Music from the 1920s. This was the golden age of jazz, and it is based on improvisation, which means you make up the music as you go. Louis Armstrong was a famous jazz musician from the 1920s all the way to his death in 1971. George Gershwin was a famous American composer that did great works like A Rhapsody in Blue, An American in Paris, and Porgy and Bess. Art from the 1920s. Surrealism is a famous art movement in the 1920s that deals a lot with dreams. Art Deco was a movement that believed in modern social and technological progress. The Harlem Renaissance was a huge African American movement in art, literature, music, and many other artistic expressions. Some literature from the 1920s. Langston Hughes was one of the most famous poets of the Harlem Renaissance. All Quiet on the Western Front was a best-selling book in the 1920s because of the horrors of World War I. The Great Gatsby was also a best-selling book from the 1920s because it dealt with the social movements of the time. And there is even a modern movie with Leonardo DiCaprio based upon the book. And that is a taste of music, art, and literature from the 1920s. The music from this slideshow came from Jelly Roll Morton and George Gershwin, famous musicians from the 1920s.